Hi y'all, I'm Allison. Despite it being Thanksgiving Day in The Sims, Roxanne has invited all of us over to her house so they can pick more books for me to read in November. Now, she has quite the large family. There are 6 of them. Plus, we've got a new roving librarian. Potentially, somebody who's trying out for the job. So, between all of them, for everybody to have a turn, that means I'm going to be adding 7 more books to my TBR for November, which I'm okay with because that'll give me plenty to pull from when we get back to a bingo maze. All right, let's go right into Willow Creek and get this started because there's going to be a lot to do. In case you don't quite remember Roxanne's family, it has been quite a while. Originally, we started out with her husband, and their baby, and also his daughter, Ava. And then when we returned in June, the family had expanded. They added 3 more kids, and that little baby has already grown up to be a child. Their house started out quite modest, and it didn't take very long before Roxanne and her husband were able to add on to the house to accommodate their growing family, which brings us to now. So here is the completed house. She reached the 200,000 value that it needed to have, and we've got our potential new roving librarian outside. It's Lilith, our vampire. She needs to get in out of the sun quickly. And as she goes in, I just have to say, I absolutely love this fountain here. I think it's so dramatic. I'm going to be gushing about this house so much. Let's follow Lilith inside and let her pick our first book. It's her new job as the librarian. I don't know if this is going to be a good idea or not because, she could start biting my family. She is hungry. Okay. She's like trying to secure this job. She gave us scratch that. So that means I get to remove 1 book from this month's TBR at the end. That is going to come in so handy. Okay, now since we're supposed to be picking 7, I still need to have her go ahead and pick a book, and then we can remove 1 at the end. So let's send her back to the bookcase. Now, something you may have noticed with the house is when I built this one, instead of knocking down walls and everything, I just expanded it like you would a real build. So the rooms that were already there. I love Lilith. Anyway, you can still see the original structure of the house. And this is a new addition. We have a dining room back here. This used to just be the backyard. All right, let's see what Lilith gave us. Oh, Lilith, no. And we got to draw again. Okay, so now we're going to have 8 books. Oh my God. Okay. And she has to redraw. I don't know, maybe she doesn't want this job. I agree, Lilith. Okay, let's send her back again. Okay, let's see if we can get our first prompt. Love this house. 3rd time's the charm, right? Oh, she's so fun. Okay, what do we got? Open your book. 2024 TBR jar. All right. Not upset by that. I'll get a book that I bought this year. And I won't have to make the decision. Even though now we need 8 books total. But we're just not going to think about that. Okay, you want to talk about a dramatic librarian. I have a feeling this might be what we'll be in for if Lilith is the one that ends up taking on the job. Because, she started me out really great. She reduced my list by 1 book. So instead of 7, I only had to do 6 by the time we finished today. And then she, came back and bit me. Vampire. And added 2 more to the list. So now we're going to have to pull 9, but end up with 8. Yeah. Sims. They just, You know, they gotta mess with me somehow. But at least I don't have to make the decision. So Lilith did take all control away from me. I'm going to view it as a good thing. Oh, we'll see. Let me get the jar and find out what the first book will be. Hopefully she'll be setting us off on the right foot. Considering these are all books that I've bought this year, I should still be really excited for them. And I don't know. I think it's relatively cleaned out. Okay, I've got one right here. I think, oh, yeah, I had dropped one and Jack almost ran off with it. This is the one I dropped. So it goes back in. And here's the one I pulled, and we get Tangled Up in You. Okay, I am not upset by this. I get to continue on with the Meant to Be series. In fact, I will stay current because this one just came out in the summer. Got Christina Lawrence doing a retelling of Rapunzel. So we're going to have Ren and Fitz. They're both students at Corona College. She has spent her whole life off grid, by the way. But she has a dream, he has a plan, and together they'll take a leap of faith. They're going to be going on a road trip. Some kind of a special assignment for one of their classes. So I'm excited for this, and really cool that I'll be actually keeping up with the series as it comes out. If you've never read these, you should check them out. Each one is by a different author. First one is If the Shoe Fits by Julie Murphy, and that was a retelling of Cinderella. I loved it. Okay, so first one on the list. Lilith did right by me in the end. So let's go in and see if everybody else is going to follow her lead or not. I think Roxanne will be the first one up. She is upstairs. So the upstairs is all new. Downstairs is more like the adult area of the house, the entertaining area. And upstairs is all the kids, teenagers. It's a lot more playful up there. But we'll take a look at that later on. Right now, we need to find out what Roxanne's going to pick so she can get started on Thanksgiving. So she's got some cooking to do. Okay, ready? Hold still. Okay. Contemporary. Any contemporary book. That leaves it wide open. Pretty easy. All right. Apparently, I get another rom-com because contemporaries, that's typically what I grab, a romance. And this will give me yet another chance to read The Romantic Agenda. I don't know how many times this has been on my TBR, and it's getting ridiculous. Plus, it's one of my extra books from the Storygraph Randomizing Challenge. I want to get this one read. So it is going back on my list. Once again, we're going to have like a group of friends. Joy is in love with Malcolm. Malcolm wants to date Summer. Summer is in love with Love. And Fox is Summer's ex-boyfriend. So these four, they're in their 30s, and they are going on a vacation together. So supposed to have lots of emotion and humor. I think this is one where she uses the best friend to make another guy jealous, and turns out maybe she actually belonged with the best friend after all. I don't know. I'm going to read it though and find out. I have heard good things about that one. Okay, let's go back into the game and see which one of the kids is up first. Where's Lilith going? I hope she's not going to snack on somebody. She's hungry.
Uh-huh. What?
Oh, no, she went to clean dishes. So let's get Ava to come down and read something. She's upstairs. You can get a look at how the upstairs turned out. I had so much fun decorating this house. So much fun. And you can see this is a game room. That used to be the two toddlers' rooms. Let's see what Ava's going to give us. Next in series. Nice. That is awesome. They're kind of making up for what Lilith did to me. Oh no, Eva. I love this prompt, but at the same time, there are so many possibilities because I have 50 million series going on and I want to read them all. So now I have to choose just one series to continue. I know. May not be the wisest choice, but I had so much fun and really am with Jake Ryan that we're going back. I'm going to do the Cardinal of the Kremlin. So far, those two books will be easy reads. So I'll get something a little beefier. I don't even remember what this one's about. It's been a long time since I've read it. We're going to have something to do with Russia, though, obviously. This one is about the race, the Star Wars race. To the two greatest nations on Earth, and no contest is more urgent than the race to build the first Star Wars missile defense system. And I love Jake Ryan and Tom Clancy's writing. I love all the technical aspect of it, all of the political intrigue and whatnot. So this is going on my list. Hopefully I will find time to read it. All right, let's go back into game. Okay, so let's have Sage, who is our next heir, by the way. We'll be going to his house in December, or at least the beginning of his house. But he can come over here and pick a book for us. Get a look at the upstairs. Like I said, this is where the kids would play their video games and hang out. Downstairs was more for the grown-ups. This was also the first time I went to school with the high schoolers. So that was fun. And everybody's going downstairs. Maybe they smell the turkey cooking. Okay, let's see if our streak will continue. TBR jar wheel. All right, once again, I don't have to make a decision. I'm not upset by it, but it does make me a little nervous because there's no telling what jar I'm going to get. So let's spin it and find out. Hopefully, I don't need nonfiction this month. Okay, let's spin. Oh my God, I really got to change spinner wheels. You're kidding. I jinxed it. That's what happened. Let me find the chicken. See, if I hadn't said anything, it probably wouldn't have done that right. I still love this. Okay, let me give it a little mix here without dropping everything on the floor. I have not been reading my nonfiction. Okay, I'm going to take this one. Hopefully I'll be one of the more digestible books. I don't need anything too heavy. I am not upset by this. 84 Charing Cross Road. It's a little bitty baby book. So it's a beloved classic, a 20-year correspondence between an American writer and a British bookseller. I've really been wanting to read this one and obviously haven't gotten around to it. So it's just their letters back and forth. And I miss the days of writing letters. So this should be quite enjoyable. I'm really looking forward to it, which is one of the reasons why I haven't read it, because I've been saving it. I'm really bad about that. Yeah, so this one is going to grab your heart and refuse to let go. I think they're going to develop a friendship over these 20 years with their letter writing back and forth. And I believe it all starts out because she's looking for a rare out-of-print book. This will be going on there. Not what I expected to come out of a TBR jar, especially the chicken. This is awesome. Let me add this to the stack and then we will go back into game. Okay, let's go over to Stu. I believe he was setting the table for Thanksgiving. Oh, his brother is Sorrel. Roxanne named all of her kids based on cooking. That was her career, I believe. She was a chef. The boys are going to read together. See what we get. A retelling of a children's fairy tale. Okay. Should be able to find a good one. I already have Tangled Up in You. That would have been... That's the first thing that popped into my mind. But I'm going to go with Bravely by Maggie Stiefvater. This is a retelling of Brave. So, Merida, the Scottish princess, Yeah, to save her family, and she'll have to be braver than ever before. So there's 1 princess, 2 gods, 3 voyages, 4 seasons. So I'm just going to go into this one kind of blind, just knowing what I know of the animated version, which, by the way, is one of my favorite Disneys. So bravely will go on my list. We got to go back into the game. It's got to be Sugar's time now, so let's find out. You know, I've noticed every time I do this, they always sit in the same spot. Let's see if we can get Sugar to read from somewhere else. She just came home from cheerleading practice. Will she read upstairs? She's thinking about it. Yep. This was their playroom. I think Lilith came up and broke their little thing. Hey, Betty. Use the start and stop spinner wheel to choose a viewer recommended book. That could be fun. Hopefully I have a wheel I can use. I'll have to check. We haven't done a start and stop in a while. But anyway, this was their playroom up here. And I like how there's not a door. It's just kind of hidden behind a wall. Okay, this would have been really fun, but I don't have any of my old start and stop wheels. I thought I did, but apparently I had to delete them. I was running out of space. So it would take so much to go back through and try to rebuild a wheel, and then I would have to buy another book. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play with this one a little bit. Instead, I'm going to use the rec wheel because I still have not read my rec wheel book, I believe from March. Completely slipped off the radar. I completely forgot about it. And I've really been looking forward to it. So it's Gobelino London and A Scourge of Pleasantries. So this one was recommended by Ozsor. And I should have read it long before now, but it's going to happen in November. This will become a priority book for me. And I will do a video as well because Oz provided 4 stopping points. So as I read the book, I will, whenever I hit one of those stopping points, I'll come in and tell you about it. So keep an eye out for that vlog because I think this is going to be a lot of fun. If I remember correctly, we've got Cat. A talking cat is one of the main investigators, the detectives. So he and, I forget the boy's name, but Gabellino, I believe is the cat. They are hired to find a book. But the book doesn't want to be found. It's a magic book. And there's a sorcerer that hires him to find this book. And there's a dentist with bad hygiene. And I don't even remember, but it's going to be a lot of fantastical fun and a good mystery. So I think Oz said that whenever I was given this as an add-a book, when it was put on there, I believe they were already on the 4th book in the series. So I'm really looking forward to getting into this. And again, I don't know why it's taking me so long, but it will happen in November. So forgive me for kind of playing with the prompt a little bit, but I think this is the best way to go. So let's go back into game. We've got one more child to ask for some help from, and that would be a Sorrel. Let's go find a Sorrel. Oh, he's napping in his brother's room. Get him to read something. And there is Sugar's room. Their bathroom. Ava's room is here, and this one right here is Sorrel's. He's gonna join his sister. And what do we get? A short book. Nice. They are just being so nice to me. Okay, Sorrel's kind of making up for it because, you know, my list is starting to get quite long because don't forget, we now have a ebook on there. And I'm going to add one more because for my short book, I'm going to do a novella from the Stephanie Flim series that it's kind of holding me up in that series because it's Visions of Sugar Plums. It'll be a Christmas book. So hopefully I'll get to this one towards the end of the month. And it's only like 160 pages. So they're going to be celebrating Christmas. And that's all I need to know. There will be some kind of case that ties into the holiday. And I'm assuming we'll have plenty of hijinks from Grandma Mouser, which is my favorite. Love Stephanie Plum. And it's been a very long time since I've read one. I believe it's book 8.5. And I read 9. Not knowing I missed it. So we're going to backtrack half a step, get that puppy read, and then continue on in the series. And I need to continue on because we still have more books to pick thanks to Lilith.
Oh.
Okay,
Obey.
we still need one more book thanks to Lilith. So she's going to have to be the one to pick one. So let's tell her to come over here and read something. I think by the time we finish this, you will have a good view of the upstairs anyway. And there's our other bedroom, which I really like the bowling and the wallpaper. Oh, she's using a different chair. She is not happy. So we have Go Team. Reread a favorite book from your high school days. I'm going to go to my nook one more time and read CS for Corpse by Sue Grafton. I absolutely loved the alphabet murder mysteries alphabet. I loved them. I still love them. But it's another series that I've stalled on. So I'm going to continue with Kinsey Milhone and life with 80s technology. It's so nice to see them using card catalogs and phone books and answering machines. It's just, yeah, it gives me a nice little nostalgic buzz, along with a good mystery tied in, because she is a private investigator. I don't remember what this one is, and I don't need to know. It's Sue Grafton. It's the Alphabet Crimes. I think that was the series name. All right, let's go take a closer look at the house, and then we'll discuss Lilith a little bit more, because, you know, decisions need to be made. Here is the upstairs. I don't think we really need to go through and look at every room closely or anything like that. I'll just rotate so you can get a sense of what they looked like. Like I said, this was, I think, the most fun I had with one in a long time. I really took my time decorating and thinking about their personalities and stuff. They had some yoga opportunities out front. Let's put up the wall so you can see. So I would not mind living in this house. So downstairs, all of this is still the same. Converted the 2 toddler areas to the family game room. Added a back door and the dining room. And back here they have a sunroom for painting. And a little spot here for Roxanne's herb garden. And I do want to show you. I just love this room. Absolutely love it. Anyway, backyard. They added a greenhouse. Sorry, this is really dark. I'm going to fast forward things, let the sun come out so you can see what's going on back here. I think it turned out really good. I'm proud of myself for this house. Uh-oh.
No.
Lilith. No! And Roxanne saw it. Let's slow things down. Okay, so Lilith is happy. I don't know where she's going. Well, she feels much better.
Fumu. Quazaru.
Let's go check on Sage. He has passed out. I don't know if there'll be any lasting repercussions for him. I haven't played any of the vampires. So, I guess he's okay. And Roxanne witnessed it. But it seems okay. And I realized I almost messed up. So while we're waiting for the sun to come up, let's find out somebody who's still awake. We'll get Roxanne. They need to, uh-oh, what's Lilith doing?
Phew.
Oh, okay, she's just walking. And Sage doesn't seem to be scared of her. We might be okay. Okay, now that the sun's out, you can see the backyard better. So they had a swimming pool, and I really love this island. I had a lot of fun building this one. Ava still has her balcony. That was originally part of the house. And there's the little side door. Anyway, we need one more book because originally I was thinking that Lilith Scratch That canceled one of the +2, but it doesn't. We still need a list of 9 and then I can remove one. We can get Roxanne downstairs. Where's the music? I've had videos blocked because of Sims music in the background. Okay, darn it. Okay, I finally found the source of the music, got that turned off. It's back. Okay, we're just gonna do this with a pause. I can't find it. Adaptation. I almost messed it up in more ways than one. I forgot. Even though we have the scratch, I was like, okay, I only have 8 books, but we still have to pick 9 so I can remove one. So, and Lilith, I went after Sage. I don't know. What do y'all think about having a vampire as our new librarian? They might be asking for too much chaos. I have a feeling, though, y'all are going to be on board for it. But let me know down in the comments if we should keep Lilith or maybe get Goldie's daughter. Or there are ghosts now. We could pull back Goldie as a ghost. But I almost kind of think it might be time to let her rest. So our last prompt is adaptation, and I'm going with New Moon by Stephanie Meyer. I am pulling out all the oldies, continuing my series that I've forgotten about. That one prompt next in series, I was just like, I want to read all of them. So this one has definitely been adapted, and I'm sure everybody knows. So I will continue on with Bella's story. I do love the Twilight series. I don't care. I love them. Just always will. So this will be a number 9 on my list. So I have all of these, plus my ebooks. Let me see if I can get those on the screen for you. And now I have to decide which one to scratch, which one to get rid of. Honestly, I'm excited for all of these. This is like a pile of a bunch of rereads. But that sounds really comforting to me right now because it doesn't take as much mental energy. So I think I'm going to take off Bravely. Believe it or not. The more strategic way to go might have been the Tom Clancy book because that will take a little bit longer to get through. But I've been enjoying those so much that I don't care. So those are the 8 books that will be added to the 7 that I got from Just Spin It that I can use for a bingo maze. I do have one more part of my TBR. Going to see if I can try and catch up with my extras. Well, we'll see. At least pretend to. So keep an eye out for that video. Vote down below if you think Lilith should be our new librarian, or if we should use Ghostly Goldie, or maybe Goldie's daughter. So let me know what you think, and I hope to see you in the next video in just a few days.